Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Forbes. I'm your host, and I just want to say that we do a short meditation on our Saturdays so that you have an opportunity to shift and change the consciousness of your body and your mind. One of the things that they keep telling me is that the body is an instrument. The mind is an instrument. They are not who and what you are. They're vehicles that you utilize in the function of learning the process of creation. And they've said this to me many, many, many times. And we're going to get into that in a little bit more detail. We'll give people a chance to come on. Here we go. What they wanted to talk about today was the concept that what is sacred? What is really sacred for you and your life? What is the most sacred thing in your life? And some people can say it's their religion, it's their God, it's their money, it's their car, it's their children. But the most sacred thing that is in your life right now is your breath. Your breath is the most sacred thing that you have in your life right now. It's the one thing that allows you to begin to assert dominion and authority over your body and your mind. Without the physical breath, you do not exist as a human in this physical dimension. Without understanding your breath, learning creation and learning how to live can become very difficult. But it's really important. We got this new supermoon coming up. And if you don't know, you need to know that the sun, the planets, the stars, there's a massive exchange and interchange of electrical energy from one form to another, even between yourself and the people around you, even the ones you pass by on the street without really noticing. Even them and yourself are exchanging electrical energy. And that electrical energy contains information. That information can be random information, just something just spilling out of your subconscious mind that you're not aware of, or it can be very coherent information, very focused information. And in order to get the mind and the information that you're transmitting and receiving to be coherent, you need to understand how to use the sacred function of your breath. Now, the fact that we're mentioning your breath right now, you may find yourself becoming suddenly conscious that you're breathing, that you're conscious that your body breathes, and that you have authority over that breath. What we aim to do today is to provide you with an awareness of what is already functioning in your life, but over which you may not have conscious authority. The simple act of your breath. If you understand what we're saying from this point forward, then you'll realize that being able to use the breath of your body deliberately, consciously, and intentionally will also provide you the consciousness and ability to have dominion and authority over the thinking mind. That is the thought process that runs on in your mind. You see, you weren't born with thoughts in your mind in that body that you're in right now. You came with information from other lifetimes. But you were not born with thoughts in the mind of the body that you're in right now. Those thoughts were given to you by the environment. Your name, whether you were good or not so good, what is up, what is down, what is hot, what is cold, what is in, what is out, what is blue, what is red, what is green, what is science, philosophy, religion. All of these thoughts, ideas, and information were given, placed into your physical system through the five senses of your being. Most of that information you are not even conscious of. In fact, you are not remembering almost most of it. From the moment of conception to the moment of approximately 6 biological years, many of you have little recollection of those periods. There are many of you that do, but most of you do not. But that information affects and influences you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It causes many of the reactions and responses that occur not only in how you are behaving, but in how others are behaving around you, as the information going on within you will send signals to people on how they are to treat you or not treat you. And if you can gain a fundamental and simple authority, a loving authority, if you like, over the information, over the system, you can have a system that serves you rather than one that seems to operate against you. The very act of choosing to deliberately take a breath is, when it is done consciously, is a profoundly sacred act of your authority over the function of matter, time, and space as it affects your experience of it in this physical dimension. And so if you take a slow, deep breath right now, a very slow, deep, deliberate breath, and fill your lungs completely, and then very gently release that breath and allow your body to relax. You give your body permission to relax as you exhale. In this function of deliberate, conscious breathing, you begin to reassert your dominion and authority over your mind and body. As you continue to breathe in slowly and exhale slowly, and give the body direction to relax, you can likewise give the thinking mind permission to be still. As when the body begins to relax, you will begin to become more aware of the functioning of thought. You will see memories, emotions. You will have your brain telling you what it hears, what it smells, or what's going to happen next. There will be much going on that you'll suddenly become aware of. And through the function of your breath, you can say to that part of the body mind, as it's analyzing and measuring and anticipating and considering and swinging back and forth from one thing to another, and you say to it, be still. As you exhale, you say to the mind, be still, be still. And you do so very gently, very meaningfully, while using the breath. So now you have the authority of your awareness asserting itself over the function of the body, giving the body, your body, permission to relax. And then you have your awareness now asserting authority, at least in the beginning stages, asserting authority over giving the thinking mind, which is simply just information moving through the system of your biology that you've acquired through the five physical senses. As you continue to breathe, you give that thinking mind your permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you use the function of internal voice, your internal voice. You use it in a very specific function, in a very specific internal tone. So you would say to your mind, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And you do so in an internal and gentle tone. What this will result in is giving the mind direction. And you continue to repeat, be still, be quiet, be peaceful, in a very gentle and slow tone, so as to act as an influence upon the thinking mind. All the while you are using the breath, and you might find that on the exhale of your breath that you will discover that the thinking mind and the physical body will to some degree automatically relax, because the function of the body exhaling is an act of releasing tension from the physical organism. You expand and you release. And if you are aware enough that in the beginning the body may be restless and uncomfortable, and the mind may want to think more and get restless as well, and you simply stay in the position of compassionate and loving authority where you breathe slowly, just continue to give the body permission to relax. So the body may wish to squirm around or be uncomfortable, and you simply say, it's okay, be still, relax. And the mind may want to think and wonder and anticipate and consider and weigh and measure, and you simply say to it, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. On the exhale, you'll always find this is easiest. The mind and body will respond in the process of becoming still, quiet, open, and receptive to you on the process of the exhale. So that you begin to then reacquire the natural authority that you have and were given over both your mind and body, from which you may have been dethroned by the conditions of your environment and the information which it's given you. And to simply begin to reacquire the awareness that, I can say to the body, be still, relax. I can say to the mind, be still, be quiet. You do not have to think for a little while. And you're using the function of your breath, which is your will asserted over matter. Your will asserted over matter to say to the body, I am directing you, I am guiding you. And saying to the mind in the same fashion, I'm directing you, I'm guiding you. Then your mind will shift from dependence on the external world and begin to shift its attention and awareness to the internal realm where you exist. It begins to turn inward to take instruction from you instead of remaining subjective to the environment. And it is this subjectivity to the environment that is responsible for most of the difficulties that humanity is currently experiencing in this timeline on this planet. But the very sacred nature of using the body's breath, your breath is sacred. And when you begin to deliberately use it, you begin to reassert the natural dominion that you by nature have over both flesh and thought. And you've been convinced, some of you, to believe that your mind is something that you cannot control or change or alter. And we will say to you that this is completely hogwash and untrue. That you indeed are able to reacquire the authority over your mind, the loving authority over your mind, that you've been hoping that the world would provide for you, but for many of you has not. But in this simple function of breathing slowly and deeply, and as you exhale, you give the body direction to relax. You give the thoughts permission to be still, something which it, in many cases, desperately wants to be allowed to do. It's very difficult to feel safe when your mind is running on uncontrollably. But when you can teach your mind that you are with it, that you can give it permission to be still, that you care about it, that you love it, and you will take care of it. When the body and mind begin to realize that from you, they will no longer seek to be fulfilled by someone or something else out in the world. Then you become self-fulfilling, self-creative, self-reliant. You then begin to move from the realm of man to the realm of spirit, the place where information beyond the confines of this physical dimension become available to your awareness. When your awareness is not distracted by the body or enslaved by the mind, it is then free to pursue realms of information and experience beyond the five sensory world. And the fundamental nature of yourself, the fundamental nature of what you are, is that you are a function of creative love and intelligence. You are a function of creative love and intelligence. So it is our hope that as you continue listening to what we are saying, that you will continue this process of breathing and giving your body permission to relax as you exhale, communicating the body, relax, giving muscles permission to relax, allowing the tensions in the face to be released, allowing the shoulders to simply relax, allowing the chest and back to relax, deliberately and intentionally using the function of your breath to direct your body in this fashion. And then simultaneously, when the thinking mind is there, to give it permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You do this very gently and caringly, not forcefully. You be quiet. You must be very gentle, very kind, very compassionate to your mind, so it turns away from the world and back to you. As we said just a few moments before, in the process of training your mind and body to surrender into stillness under your direction, that you as an awareness become liberated from the structure of thought that's been imposed upon your mind from this world, and you begin to free your awareness to begin to become aware of information beyond the dimensions of time and space, the realms of the angels, the deities, the gods, the ascended. The information from these ones is available to everyone as equally as the information of suffering and pain is available if you are on that frequency of consciousness as well. But in this place where your mind and body are surrendered in a place of love and kindness, you will open up to the energy and receiving of love and kindness and the information that will support and sustain the function of what love and kindness are as acts and thoughts. So please continue to engage in this process of the breath. Your breath is the most sacred instrument you have while in this physical dimension. To always remember and recognize that you have an authority over the physical organism that is granted to you by way of your birth, by your way of entering into this physical dimension. The body was provided to you and for you to learn how to utilize, as was the information centers of what you call your mind or your personality, was a great reservoir of information that when put together would allow you to have the information to create and interact with this dimension in a creative, functional way. To get to this place of awareness is a few breaths. In a few breaths, you can begin to experience the body surrendering to you, the mind becoming quiet and calm and peaceful. And for those of you that find it to be somewhat difficult, we would say to you, that is simply to become aware that the frustration is not who you are, but the frustration is the function of the body in relation to the existing information that it has already acquired that makes it uncomfortable, memories and past experiences that it continues to relive in its field. That you, through the function of your breath, can begin to liberate or release those old energies from your physical body simply by training your body and teaching your mind to be still, quiet, and peaceful. And you'll notice that that is most established easily on the exhale. That when you exhale, and you will come to the place through repeated training, because this is a form of teaching your mind and body to follow your instructions, to no longer remain subjective to the world or how the world is with you or towards you. You now become a conscious coordinator of the functions of thought and biology. This is what is sacred, this simple process of using the breath to reacquire the natural authority you have over your creative function in this physical dimension. And when that authority is acquired, you find peace, because you no longer allow the world to assert its dominion over you. And you have great opportunity right now where the world is seeking to keep you enslaved to the external world, to its ideas and information, which you would simply pay no attention to if you recognized the uselessness of most of it. The deception, the deceit, the confusion that is perpetuated by a handful of individuals that seek their own glory and gratification from the enslavement of others. And you would simply pay no heed to that, and they would have no one to pay attention to them, and they would simply fade away into the obscurity from which they originated. And so to simply use this sacred function of your breath is to reestablish your own authority over your mind and body, to to take it back from those who have enslaved it to them. Your function of suffering was not something you were born into. You were not born into suffering. You were not born into depression. You were not born into anger. You were not born into these things. You were trained into these things. And you must take the authority upon yourself to train your mind and body out of those things. But there's too much advantage to too few for many to suffer, that they would have the advantage over them. But you're in a position, in hearing these words, to use the sacred function of your breath to liberate yourself once again to the function of creation that you came here to learn and understand and comprehend. And so this breath that you can take right now, in a single breath even, you can reclaim the authority over your mind and body. A simple breath. Because for you to direct your body to breathe in such a fashion means that you must indeed have authority over it. At least the breath. And without the breath, the body cannot exist. And in this process of recognizing in the function of the exhale that the mind will become quieter and calmer, you will then reacquire the recognition you have authority over thought and memory and emotion. And when you have this awareness well established in yourself, then you can begin to function creatively in this world without the limits imposed upon you by the environmental conditioning to which many of you have been exposed. We offer you this information very simply, that you be willing to surrender needless suffering. Because there is a point in awakening where suffering is unnecessary, where you simply surrender because you realize it's not something you no longer wish to wear in yourself anymore. I understand. Thank you. I want to thank the Divine Collective for this transmission this morning, and I really hope that you stay with this. Now, I just saw a message pop up which captured their attention as well. Someone saying, I believe they said, I can't, yes. Hi, guys. Good morning, everybody. Hi, guys. Wonderful to see you. Wonderful. Yes. Somebody said, I can't stop drinking. I'm just trying to find that comment. I can't stop drinking. The world is too much for me. Well, it's not that the world is too much for you. It's that you have enough. Listening very carefully to what we've been saying to you, dear one, and you've been following our instruction diligently, even in the act of addiction. You have a mechanism to suppress certain emotions and feelings over which you believe you have no authority. And so you found these external mechanisms because many of you have been taught to believe that the only way to solve something going on inside you is by getting something from outside you. And we say to you, that is not entirely true at all. That is not entirely true at all. And so we will say to you, in this desire and interest you have to be engaging in the function of addiction, that when the urge for this addiction comes up, it is not because of the substance itself that you're yearning, but is that which is within you that seeks the love and resolution that you and only you can bring to it. For if the world were capable of bringing the resolution to your suffering to you, it would have done so by now. But you are more than capable of doing this. And so you take your breath when the desire for this substance is there, and you simply take the breath and you say to the body as you exhale, be still, relax. And you say to the emotions and the mind that is in there, be still, Be quiet. You may even go so far as to extend your love to the emotions inside your mind and body. To say that all of these horrible feelings that you have inside of you, that you can say to them, I am with you. I love you. I will take care of you. You begin to communicate to your mind and body in a fashion that the world has not. And if you are meticulous in this process, you will find in the beginning the very function of breath, the very interaction in this fashion with both your mind and body will yield you very surprising results, as you will feel almost immediately the urge to drink or the urge to use that substance will diminish almost instantly when you simply breathe and give the body permission to relax. And if you are feeling anxiousness or depression, the exact same function applies, that you simply breathe and you give the depression, you give the anxiety permission to relax as you exhale. You are deliberately acting upon your mind and body in a way that you would wish the world to. So you act upon your mind and body in a way that you would wish the world to, with love, gentleness, grace. We are not saying that your abuse of the substance will cease instantaneously, although we have seen this happen. We've seen this happen many times, where the individual realizes that the part of them that drives them to drink is an aspect of their own being that requires nothing but the extension of their love to it. And if you could turn to that part that's angry and sad and afraid and isolated, and you say to it, I am with you. I love you. I will take care of you. And you use the function of your breath to demonstrate that you are in authority over it, and it will respond to you in the fashion that is capable of doing. Yeah. They're also telling me that the repeated process, repeating the process will amplify the results. So you can breathe once, you can breathe twice, but if you go really deeply into it, and I've experienced this many times, that process where you just breathe slowly and deeply and give the body permission to relax. It's the easiest function and easiest way to reclaim authority over your body and over your thinking mind. Because when you breathe into the body and you give the mind permission to be still and quiet, it's an amazing thing what starts to happen. Once the mind starts to settle down, once the body begins to relax, your energy is going to start to go up. You might start to feel a tingling or a buzzing sensation in the extremities and the hands. You'll suddenly, some of you might even believe that you fell asleep in the process, because that happens too. When you deliberately direct the body to relax and deliberately give the mind permission to be still, there might be a lot of stress that's gone on as a result of that, and the body will automatically go into regeneration mode, which is a state of physical sleep. The body goes into a state of dormancy when it wants to regenerate. So if you're doing the breathing process and you find yourself going asleep, do not be judgmental. The body's regenerating, because the thinking mind going on all the time can create stress chemicals, stress hormones in the body that are detrimental to it. So keep that in mind and be patient and be kind with your mind and body, because it's been conditioned by the world to be something which does not serve you, at least for some of you. And you need to retrain your mind and body instead of depending upon the world to do that for you, to take care of you, to protect you, to keep you safe. You must reassume that authoritative role over your mind and body, where you are the loving consciousness. You are the environment to your own mind and body. Please remember that, right? Good morning, everybody. We're going to get some questions. Good morning. Yes, I got an interesting setup here this morning because my questions for YouTube are blocked a bit. Yeah, the supermoon's coming up. I'm very excited about it too. It's going to cause some huge shifts in consciousness. Remember, we are being you are electrically, your body and mind are electrically interacting with everything. And they say this is going to increase over the next 20 years. We have the opportunity to shift human collective unconsciousness from fear to love. And that's going to cause a change in environmental conditions that cannot be caused by mechanical means. Humans are spraying the clouds and trying chemical things and devices. No, it's our consciousness united that's going to initiate the fundamental change over this planet that is necessary for us to thrive and survive subsequently. Unfortunately, historically, we've had many incarnations on this planet where humanity did not do that, and you ended up creating what's called a planetary reset, where the planet literally resets itself, like you look at an etch-a-sketch or a snow globe. It just shakes up and everything changes. And it literally that happens. That has happened many times in human collective unconsciousness in history, right? But that's only because the function of fear dominated over the function of love. Let's scroll through here. Hi Nari, how you doing? Nari's asking, is there a specific message for me from spirits? Well, I'm being told to tell you, if you've been listening very carefully, then the specific message you asked for has been given. It has been granted to you. You've received it. It has been granted to you. Yes, don't eat toast. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Question from Vio on YouTube. Could I get a message or advice from my higher self? Thank you. Well, you could view the divine collective as a function of your higher self that you really just received. All of you just received a message. We all did. Just received a message from our higher self. And what greater message can there be than to realize that you can reacquire authority over your own mind and body and no longer be dependent upon the fabrications of this world, that you are no longer dependent upon something outside of you having to be that which gives you your comfort and your peace. Is that not a wonderful message? Isn't that not a wonderful message? Thank you. Thank you so much, Amanda. I really appreciate that. Question: who are the spiritual beings that are close and supportive to me at this time? Hello, Silver Dragon. You got Archangel Raphael, you got Archangel Gabriel, and you've got these tree spirits that have been trying to draw you out into the forests more, to get you to pull on the energy of Gaia more, right? Like, you want to do that. But those are the ones that jump in right away to let you know that they're with you right now, that you can work with them. Thank you so much. Someone's saying here on YouTube, also, alcohol dependence can be treated with niacin, no flush. And that is actually a functional treatment that they use in the conventional medical systems to deal with drug addiction, alcoholism. Unfortunately, if it really worked sufficiently enough, there would be no alcoholism. There would be no drug addiction. If the existing treatments worked as significantly as they ought to, there would be no need for those treatments. But your treatment over your own mind and body is the greatest solution, that you can establish a relationship with your mind and body in such a fashion that it would no longer depend upon the outside world for the guidance, wisdom, and knowledge that requires, that you can access information in realms of information. You can perform healing on your own body simply by changing the functioning of your mind and your emotional energy, as emotions organize the conditions of your body. Emotions organize the conditions of your body. And if you can alter and change the nature and quality of the emotional energy running through your physical body, you'll alter and change the conditions of your body. It is very simple. And it begins with the sacred function of learning to use your breath. Is that not delightful? Is that not wonderful? Is that not simple? Yeah, someone's saying, I use alcohol to numb my day for a period of time. I know. And that's because of there's nothing for you to do, because you do not remember who you are. The natural tendencies, I'm being told to tell you, the natural tendencies you have to function creatively and joyfully have been subdued by your environment. And you need to reawaken your mind and body to their natural potential of creative functionality. That is a creative expression of your being. You've been denied to allow that expression for a long, long time, right? They're showing me images of a paintbrush, someone painting prolifically, and I'm getting the image of Leonardo da Vinci coming to my head. Painting. You want to engage in painting, like engage in painting. This will begin to awaken that innate function of creativity that you have. Painting, go to painting. Seriously, go to painting. Listen, they're not wrong. They've never been wrong with me. Oh, you're very welcome. Santhia Shri is asking, who am I and what is actually the purpose or reasons my soul is supposed to learn? Who am I? And funny you asked that question, because what they're saying to me is, if you are asking the question, you will receive the answer. To understand, apply what has been said to you today. If you want to know who am I, then you must quiet your mind and still your body and rest in the heart of the lotus within you. Then in that moment, there will be revelation. You will know that I am, that you are. Then the function of your divinity at that point where you recognize who I am, who you are, at that point, the function of creation becomes a true wonder of free will, recognizing where is love needed, because then the function of love drives the actions, the words and the deeds of the great I am that you are. Wow. Wow, that's really cool. Thank you so much for that question. Good morning, Celine. Good to see you. Someone saying, my husband is starting to wake up. I'm so excited. Congratulations. It's really beautiful. We are in a time of ascension. There's over 2 billion people that are being stimulated into mystical and spiritual experiences, and recognizing through conflict and other things that something's not right, but something is right. There's something more to life than what they've been conditioned to believe in. So we've got like 2 billion people waking up in this process of ascension. The energy is really ripe for it. There's so much energy coming into this planet to give us the opportunity to elevate ourselves to the divinity that we are, or to continue to lower ourselves to the despair and suffering that is based in fear, right? But so happy for your husband. Here we go. Thank you very much. So someone's saying, hi, do you pick up anything for my friend? Hi, Charlena. Do I pick up anything for her friend? Do you guys pick up anything for her friend? Wow. It's like they're saying to me to tell her a brand new menu. She needs to have a brand new menu. You got to change what you're eating and putting into your body. You have to change what you're eating and putting into your body to begin to clear the waters of your mind. The toxicity of these things that you're eating are cluttering your mind. It's important that you remove these toxins from the body so that your mind can be clear as well. Certain qualities of food will necessitate certain types of thoughts and emotions and energies that will come to you. People do not realize that what you put in your body, you will embody. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hi, guys. Question from, we got Katrina. Hi, Katrina. Hey, William, can I get a message from one of my guides, please? Thank you. Katrina, that bit of anxiousness that part of you that's feeling that little bit of anxiousness, you need to bring your awareness to it, bring your love to it. You don't have to try and figure out what it is. Just bring your love to that point of anxiousness that's been it's been living in your body above the top right side of your heart chakra, like up in this area. It's between the throat chakra and the heart chakra, sitting right there. This feeling of anxiousness, you need to bring your love to it. Like bring yourself there, and bring your love to that vibration of anxiousness to shift that energy. I'm very excited to see what happens to you when you do that. Thank you. Someone saying, hi, Huey. Please, could you possibly give me, I feel a bit dysregulated today and out of alignment. Okay, Huey, listen to me very carefully. Let's do this together. For those of you that want to get a little bit more in alignment, we're going to follow an energy that they're providing for me right now. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes, Huey. Close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath. Anybody else can do this that's following. Just take a slow, deep breath. And I want you to hold your breath. I want you to hold your breath until your body begins to become a little uncomfortable. And then exhale and just let the entire body relax. You're giving the body permission to relax, and then draw in another slow, deep breath the same way. Draw it in. Fill it completely. And this time, just hold the breath for a few seconds. And as you exhale, again, give the entire body permission to relax. And then turn your attention to the thinking mind, to the memories, to the emotions, to the anticipations. Turn your attention there and imagine that you can breathe into the space of your mind right now. Draw breath in, breathing into the space of your mind. And hold the breath until the body becomes a little bit uncomfortable. And as you exhale, give the mind permission to be still and allow the body to relax. And then draw in another slow, deep breath into the space of the mind. And as you exhale, very gently, this time very gently as you breathe out, breathe a little slower out and communicate to the mind as you're exhaling, be still. I am with you. You are safe because I love you. And just keep gently exhaling and repeat that phrase. Be still. I'm with you. You're safe because I love you. And just let yourself feel what changes in the physical body and in the space of your mind. And just observe what you experienced. Because what is important is that you experience what your interaction with your mind and your body in this fashion causes. So you recognize that you can cause an effect in your own mind and your own body so that you're no longer dependent upon the world to cause an effect in your mind and body for you. You can do this quite adequately yourself. There are very good sources of information that can lead you to who you are, as there are sources that can lead you further away from who you are. Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Hugh. Thank you so much. Meditation and beautiful views. Good morning, CJ here. Any messages from my guardian angels? Not feeling myself lately. A lot of people are commenting on this, that you're feeling restless. It's not just what's going on in your mind and the world. There's energies, literally energies coming in from the galactic center, from the universal center, and from the central sun of this solar system. Energies coming into the planet that are affecting and changing biology, psychology, upgrading them, so to speak, or downgrading them if you're aligned to lower vibrational energies. If you're aligned to more higher vibrational energies, then the energy coming in, you can use this energy and stay in alignment to a vibration of love. Like when you meditate, get aligned to a feeling of what is joy. And for those of you that say, I don't know, I don't feel joy, I feel so sad, then turn to your sadness and speak these words. I'm with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. Once you become aware that you can alter and change the emotions and thoughts in your own mind, you liberate yourself from subjectivity to this world. And in that place of being able to reorganize your mind and body into a higher form of thinking, which is closer to love than fear, then these ascension energies will elevate you up quicker. As equally as for you allow yourself to indulge in anger or fear or judgment, the energies of those, they will be amplified. So there is no escape for you, dear CJ, or anyone, for these energies are coming, and what you do with them is up to you. if you are deliberately and intentionally bringing these energies consciously up by aligning your awareness to the vibrations of love, compassion, and joy, then these energies will elevate you even higher so. But if you are indulging in the lower vibrational energies, they too will be amplified. Everybody is receiving these energies right now. Everyone is receiving these energies right now. And that which is good shall become better. That which is not so good will become not so good even more. So understand this, that this is the time of ascension. You and all humanity have an opportunity to awake, arise, and ascend, or again, repeat the process until you finally understand your creative authority and dominion over the creative process. Wow, really cool. Someone saying, thank you so much for everything you do and for your response. Very much appreciated. You're welcome, Huey. You're welcome. You did not come to this planet to suffer. You came here to learn to create. Someone saying, I tried to skip that process for a shortcut, but thank you. You can't skip the process. You can't skip taking authority over your mind and body. If you try to defer authority, your well-being to the pill, to the drug, to the doctor, to the politicians, if you keep deferring the authority over your own life to others, you will get unhappier and unhappier. And now you see people looting everywhere and just doing crazy stuff. It's because they are waiting. They depend on the world to make them fulfilled and happy. If they've lost sight of their own creative power, they do not believe they can create. They believe they have to take. And that's ultimately the sign of those who believe that they are powerless. So those that you see in great positions of authority actually are far more in a powerless state than you realize. They are so far away from themselves that their suffering will be far greater than most. Thank you, guys. Do we all have, someone's asking, hi, Missy. Do we all have guides or guides and angels? What are mine trying to tell me? Please. Yes, we all have guides and angels. We all do. Even the ascended masters, Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, many of these ascended masters have guides that assist them and elevate them up higher. The chain of consciousness is infinite, not finite. So as you evolve up, you evolve into different states. So all the ascended masters, the guides, the angels, they have guides too. And so do all of us. Once you open up to that realm of information, right? And there are beings and guides that operate on a very high vibrational level, and there are beings and guides that operate on a very low vibrational level. And we're seeing a pandemic of these people, of the lower vibrational energies on the planet right now. And we have to shift that. It's our responsibility to shift that in ourselves first. Hi, guys. Someone's asking, my son, what should he choose as his career path? When I tune into him, you need to give him the energy of your certainty. You need to give him the energy of your certainty. And you can do so in this fashion by simply communicating to him. Do what gives you real joy, that makes your body and your mind sing with happiness. Give him that energy, for it is within him to do this. Do not fear. Do not give him your fear. Do not give him your uncertainty about himself, but communicate them your trust in his own ability to know what he loves to do and be, and that you will trust that he will do that. Give him your trust, not your fear, and you will find a very different son emerges from that. The gifts of the parents upon the children can be good or evil, positive or negative. Be very mindful of the nature and quality of the emotions and thoughts you have towards yourself and your children, because you influence them all the time, as others can influence them too. Wow, thank you so much. Base boosted. Grand rising, Michael. So many more beautiful days ahead. Drawing a healing mandala for Jade. Thank you for who you are and what you do, brother. You are honored and appreciated. Thank you so much. It takes one to know one, doesn't it? It really, really does. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Sonia's asking, what about my dad? Um, he says, stop worrying about me. Get on with your life. I'm right behind you. Right? Let him go through the process. Let him go through the process. But go through it with him in love. Right? Just because somebody is unconscious or not in their body does not mean that they are out of existence. But yeah, he's going to be okay. He's all right. Got time for 2 more questions here. Let's see. Yeah, I do. But for those of you that are asking, yes, I do readings. You can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you can book a reading according to your schedule right off my calendar there. Any available dates and times are there. You can choose that's suitable to you and your schedule. Also, if you want to know more about connecting to your guides and angels, go check out our courses section in our website and look into that and see the types of offerings that are there where you can work directly with the ascended masters and learn from them directly and elevate your consciousness up to the state of grace that it deserves to be living in right now. You were born in love, and when you live in love, you live in grace. And a lot of people have been disconnected from who they are by the environment. It's time to remember who you are. Remember, this simple process they gave you today is very powerful. Hi, good to see you. My son is so lost in his life. What should he be? Again, that whole process, your fear of your son's struggles will perpetuate his struggles. Your joy and anticipation of success will spur his success. Tell him you know he's capable of making the right choice, that he knows how to find what he loves and gives him joy. Tell him these things. Tell him these things, that you know he's capable of finding those things that truly give his heart and mind joy, and that you believe he'll find that. And then help him in any way he needs help to get there. That's what any good parent would do. You're a good parent. Someone saying, I strongly desire to become a more patient and relaxed person. Any suggestions? Yes, Nancy. First thing you need to do is sit your body down every day for at least 20 minutes. 20 minutes every day, where you just sit your body down and you do not allow your body to do anything or think anything. You simply just relax the body. And for 20 minutes, you train your mind and body that for those 20 minutes, it does exactly what you want it to do. In this case, to sit and be still. And once you've trained your mind and body to do that, you'll be able to assert that process anywhere, anytime, under any conditions. You'll be able to say to the body, be still. You'll be able to say to the mind, be quiet. And it will do so. But you have to teach it that. So it's not that you're lacking patience. You're not lacking patience at all. You're simply exercising impatience. But the moment you begin to exercise patience, you will see that you had it all along. You just had to develop it a little bit. I love that. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for everybody today. Thank you for your support of this channel. For those of you on TikTok, please remember to subscribe. Subscribe to my TikTok channel. I'm trying to get to, I've got a live goal of getting up to 20 people. And I am working on, we're right now in the process of remodeling an office so we can have a different place to work from. And while that goes on, I'm going to be trying to come on more frequently live on TikTok. And so I hope those of you that follow me will get notifications. Again, I want to thank the Divine Collective and the other beings that came through today, to all of us. And again, I want to extend my love and grace to all of you for your patience, your kindness, your questions, your queries. And if I didn't get to your question, know there are answers to all your questions. And again, you can, if you have a single question, you can use the Linktree link in my bio on TikTok, and you can send a donation to get a single question answered, or you can book a half-hour or 1 hour reading with me. Either way, your guides, your angels, you are not alone in the process of learning, right? You're not alone in the process of learning, and you want to learn to access that information. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, everybody. Bye for now.